Howdy everybody, it's Jakin. I want to show you something about webhooks. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I just have a trigger right here for form submission, SMS, and then these are just placeholders so I can show you what you can do, and this is what I'm doing. So there are some limitations. So right here I'm doing a standard webhook. Standard webhook can do get and post. So before I had mentioned that standard webhooks can only push. That's apparently not true. And so what you see here is we have to define all this information. And if you need to, you can copy all this. Just know that this has to be your bot ID. And currently right now, I think we're only allowed to do SMS. And then this context is also specific to the form that's being pushed. It's referencing the information that the customer pushed in when they submitted the form. So this is taking the information inside of high level that was submitted when the form was submitted. And so high level is pushing this to assistable. We can do the same thing with a custom webhook. And this is cool because it gives us a little bit more options. Instead of get and post, you also have put, which is similar to a post, but it's only if you require it. Like, don't worry about it. This is super high level stuff, and only if you are like building your own endpoints and you have your own libraries that you need to interact with differently and delete, which is pretty self-explanatory, deleting an entry. But you have all these things on top of, now you get to add context type, authorization, what else? Query parameters, and that's it. So you have quite a few more options. So it'll allow you to actually if you have to send a query to something, if you have to ask something of a different application and you have to be logged in or identified, then you'll probably need to do a custom webhook, because that allows you to authorize. Let's see, authorization. Oh, I got my mouse on the wrong screen. Authorization right here. So this would be like where you provide your auth token, which says who you are and confirming you are who you say you are. And then over here, this is the easiest way. It's also the most expensive. I guess it's tied for custom webhooks. So this allows you, let's double check. Yeah, premium action and premium action. So they cost the same. So real quick, how we do this is if we wanted to create one of these, we just type webhook. Well, in this case, this would be at the very bottom of the screen, but webhook and then custom webhook and a custom action are all the same price. And I'll back out, scroll all the way down. So right now inside of Assistable, we have these 5. I might need to reset OAuth when he creates a new custom action. But here inside custom action, you see all we had to do was define the assistant ID that we're sending this to, and the information that we already have inside high level. In this case, this is the details inside of the form. So you see here, we don't need to add a method, URL, authorization, headers, contact type, all that. That's all handled on the back end. So if you don't have that information, you don't know how to replicate that information, or if you just don't want to take the time setting it up, and if you're not doing a whole bunch of calls, it's not going to be that expensive. But if you're reaching out to 100,000 people multiple times each month, then you might make sense to do a standard webhook if you don't need to be authorized for whatever request you're making. So this was just showing you how to take a custom action from Assistable, turn it into a custom webhook, and then potentially save some money by making it a standard webhook. Hope it helps. Catch y'all later.